Hello, hello, sir. So sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Good morning, Mom or Joe. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Sorry, everyone else as well. Sometimes I just don't notice that I'm not talking. It's good. Makes me feel really, really good to realize I just been talking to Noah. That must be Mom. Hello, Mom. We're working on this very bodacious lady right now. Hello, Eventide. Welcome. Didn't know you were a fellow marvelous enjoyer. Yes, yes, indeed. I'm just getting into it, actually. I have only really been using it for the last like 3 weeks. So we're kind of learning. There's a few things to learn, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Hey, Denson233, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Oh, you are a bot. Let me go ahead and ban you. There we go. I work on MD, so if you got any questions, super happy to help. Thank you, Eventide. I definitely will have a few at some point. Right now, we're just gonna see if we can get a little more wrinkles on the skirt here. If I click here, I believe I have to go to the fabric properties, material. Yes. Yes. And then we can adjust some of this. Oh, wait, I have to be in play mode. Fabric. Ooh, it's very laggy. That's kind of pulling it up. Not really a fan of that. Really would just like to get a few more wrinkles in if possible. Maybe I need to hide other things in order for it to be a little bit more performant. Hey, Winnie Storm, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Fair warning, UVs are terrible. You got to redo them afterwards. There is a Blender geometry nodes tutorial I've been looking to follow that if you haven't seen it, I'd be happy to send you away because it's actually the reason that convinced me to come back to Marvelous Designer because it made the UV mapping look so simple. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So basically, this guy takes a Marvelous Designer object, but then using the UV map, he can project a quad mesh back onto it, which looked super cool. So like you can kind of see it happening here. But two ways to do it: you can go through Blender or ZBrush. There's definitely Blender's the name of my game here, but I'll go ahead and share that. Or let me hit share here. So that's going to be my way to do it because I like quads. I like quad meshes. Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. And I think that oh darn. I was hoping he had a downloadable version, but hopefully following the tutorial will be pretty straightforward. But definitely for the jacket, I'm going to need to do that. Otherwise, it's basically going to be like impossible to finalize. All right, let's see if we can hide this. We have hide 3D pattern, show all. Can I select inverted? Okay, it's going to take a little bit too long then, so we'll just go ahead, hide 3D pattern. Hide 3D pattern. And this is the one we want to work with, so we will not hide this one. And now hopefully it's a little bit faster when we're adjusting things. You should go through ZBrush. We'll definitely give it a look. Thank you. Absolutely. Doesn't seem to be making much of a visual difference. How? Oh, actually, let's check the particle distance. Yeah, let's set this to 5. There's no point in trying to make finer wrinkles if we literally cannot. Don't make it 5. Why not? Let's see. And then I want to get some smaller wrinkles. And we'll switch it to quad too. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm not looking to make the clothing I'm making here is not what's going to go into VRCHAT. We're gonna take it, bring it into Blender, and then retopologize to a simpler mesh. But I'm okay with a lot of detail. Exactly. I was really hoping to get much smaller wrinkles. Oh, we got a bot. We got a bot! Red alert! Hello, Hoff MC. Welcome. No, you're fine. I guess I might have to sculpt in the details, but I know there's a way to get it a little bit increasing the weft, but keeping the tension the same. Weft. I'm at high weft, or maybe it's low weft, or bending weft. Oh, pretty high right now. weft of the piece. Interesting. So I can go, there's weft here on the, hello, the punk. We're making a skirt right now. Would that be here in the actual mesh settings, eventide? Right there, pointed screen. Why does it have boobs? Why wouldn't it have boobs? You fool. Oops. There we go. So I'm sorry. Is the weft settings? I have the weft settings. I can only see the weft in the fabric settings. If I click on the fabric here. Oh no, shrinkage weft. You're right. Okay, so let's see. Let's say 90. Gotcha, 120. All right, I see it a little bit. That's making it bigger, right? So if I did 200, it'd fall off. That's too much. Back up a few steps. Or do I have my... Tends not to change the settings for both of them sometimes. Oops, it exploded. There we go. Oh, nice. We are getting some good wrinklage there. A little too much, though. A little too tall. And that's with it lower. That's a little too low. Whoa. You meant warp? Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Let's see, can we get it to behave a little bit better now? It's a little long. That's okay. Let's set it back to 100 to pull it back into the original shape. Horizontally, what's wrong with me? I can work it, but not teach it. Fine. Well, I see. VRC constraints are live. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. Noticed any increased performance then? Shrinkage warp. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go 80. So pins would be these. Tack on avatar. That. Oh, I see. Like this to that, I would assume. Boom, boom. Never gotten bonkers with constraints. Most I had was 10, but so far they are not giving me a headache, which is a bonus over the Unity ones. Well, good. Yeah, I'll have to check them out as well. And actually, line tack on avatar. Okay. Can I clear my tacks? Because that's what I'd really want, is to keep the edge in place. Is that like an edge? Or it'd probably be called segment, wouldn't it? All right, let's do some research really quick. There's a tool to freeze the entire hem. Would that be the style line? Let's see. Marvelous designer. Freeze hem. So you can paint a freeze. It's not quite what we want. The pin box? Okay. So that, I'm assuming that's the line tack then. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. So we'll go here, 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 2. Where are tools? They should be displayed on the right side of the screen. I think this is the default view that I'm in. I don't think I've changed it. Oh, balls. Yeah, I got them right here. I got them right there. It's really not just gonna select the whole fucking thing. I can see the headset. See the thing. Let's see. Just reviewing the tools really quick. I have a line. That's probably not it. Button. Zippers. Press. Third one from the right. Press. What? Am I right? This thing here? I'm not sure what you mean by you say my right. Why don't we just use what we see here? Space icon. It's very slow right now. I mean this icon? Let's see space at all. What space? Looks kind of like a brush. This one. Gotcha. So talking about this one then. Here, tack, line tack on avatar. Gotcha, gotcha. Pin box, pin lasso. Gotcha. So then I can go to the front view and do something like that. Pin them, I would assume. And then we could go into the sim. Gotcha. Double click on a single vert on the hem. Gotcha. Perfect. I see what you mean. Thank you. So now I can adjust the properties. Such as shrinking it, growing it. Oops. 120. Can I get out of view? I would like to no longer see the pin. Whatever. Yes. Yes. Hello, bro. Interesting. We get a little bit of folding over there and here. Right. Pull it down just a little. It's got some distance. Quite a bit of distance. Hello, Ken. Welcome. To avoid the bowling of the hem, apply seam taping. Okay, I know that one. It's in here, seam taping. Okay, let's just take a second to load. Giving me as much wrinklage as before. I will pull it taut. Okay. Let's pause, go to pin box. Can I do a control select? Remove it? Perfect. And we'll try that again. And it's pulling up a little bit. Then if I increase the weft, I just want wrinkles in the middle, I suppose. Like that. Not as strong, but something kind of similar to that, where I want to visually see the tension of the fabric on the body. That's kind of my main goal. No, you're really helping me already. You're totally fine. But I do think that the back here, I thought I turned up my particle distance. I think the back does not have as many particles. Question, is the client for this Abby here too? They come by every now and then. Marvelous looks tricky to use. It's definitely a learning curve. But hello, Spixie. I don't know if I said hi earlier. But hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday so far. Good Wednesday. We're definitely getting laggy now. Yeah, I think these kinds of tension, I'll have to sculpt out the top here. Maybe I'll make it a bit smaller. Then I should also be able to use some of the settings here to adjust it as well. I'm going to leave that alone for now. What I usually do to create skin tight but with wrinkles, I make it a 10 to not burn my poor potato, increase the warp, mold, and curve a bit. And only at the end I change to 3 to 5. When we say mold and curve, would that be... Oh, excuse me. Something up here? Because I know I've seen, was it steaming something? I haven't tried that just yet. The extra geometry fold don't change much from 15 to 5 is how smooth the curves get. Interesting. Here. Steam. Shrinkage. And we go both ways. So we go not shrinkage. That did not seem to do anything. If you go too hard, it will create bubbles on the fabric. That makes sense. Okay, I think that's good for this piece. So we're going to go ahead, right click, and freeze. Control K. All right. Then we're going to right click, show all 3D patterns. And yeah, we'll probably sculpt out some of that. This one I don't need for now. We're still getting the fabric kind of folding under there. Maybe I will unfreeze it again really quick. Control K, Control F. Or I guess, no, that won't work. You can't, if I undo the position, then I'm pinning it to, yeah. And I just want to pull this up, don't I? Actual little bit of cleanup. That's what's interesting about this, is like, it's just a really good like simulation engine, which I find super fascinating. I did not. Like, I feel like you don't often get tools in 3D where you're just manipulating a simulation over a like hard modeling things, or engineering with like very deliberate constraints. I think that looks pretty darn good. So once again, we will do Control K to freeze the object. Save it. What is the closure system on that skirt? In what way? I'm not sure what you mean by closure system. This one here, the skirt, just a little tubey. Just a little tubey. Yeah. Yeah. Get off that toe. It does not seem to like the bottom of the feet for some reason. Oh, I can smooth that out in Blender. That looks good though. So this one I'll definitely pin the top first. If you don't separate, they will warp through and you lose 2 minutes of work. Careful of those piece under others if you don't separate. When you say separate, would that just be disabling the other pieces, or is there another type of separate? Would I separate into a different file? Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken. Thank you for the subscription. Super appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good day. I'll be following up with you on Discord in just a moment. Super useful tip: if you Control J rather than freezing the pieces you're not working on, your piece will think, "Thank you," and it will simulate faster. It's Control J rather than freezing the pieces. Control J would what? Just sim just only what I have selected then? Oops. Control J. Or is it like this in isolation mode? It's really hard to look at. All right, but I like these tiny wrinkles. I like them, and I will switch to a quad mesh. For example, rather than Control K, try Control J. Gotcha. Yeah, I was assuming the freezing would take them out of the sim, but even in Blender, there's different ways. Actually, removing things from calculations is still different. A whole different ball game, so to say. Gotcha. Then yeah, I will definitely go and do that right now, because I think I hit Control J on that one. Keyboard lights turned off. Control J. There we go. Control J. 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 Control J. All right. So now we go back to this one and simulate. It should be a little bit faster now. It definitely is. Thank you. That definitely helped. A little less wrinklage. A little less. Let's go back to 110. Yeah. And then this is a little bunched up too much. So is there a way to smooth but not steam? Actually, that's not too bad. I can always smooth it out in. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go a little bit harder with the amount of wrinkles, and then just lower them only on Blender side with some sculpting. Interesting. I feel like I should be able to kind of make it poof. Smooth but not flat. Just pull these wrinkles apart, I suppose, is what I'm looking to do. Well, seam taping, I only want to be at the top. Don't want it to be along the edge. Well, we'll see. If it loads, I would like for it to load. Bikanchi, hello. See how this Abby looks? Absolutely. Well, maybe. It's loading. Very laggy. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just hope it doesn't crash. Rip lag wall. Yeah, it's taking its time. There we go. Yay, and now we're getting more wrinkles. That's what I wanted. Because then we'll just smooth that out with some sculpting. All right, so here's the Avi. We got some visual effects right there. Yeah, let's make sure we've saved. But we can see the different pieces of clothing. But thick dragon lady. That's what we're making. Thank you. Thank you, Spixie. Thank you, Bikanchi. Thank you, Spixie. And if I hide this, Shift Q. All right, we're just going to work on only this piece for right now, kind of doing some similar stuff to what we've been doing. Do not export zippers. They are horrendous to fix in Blender. Oh, we got a little issue there. That's okay. I wonder if that's why it's slow, because if it's not a fully subdivision compatible mesh, we could be getting some issues there. She's a kaiju, immune to back problems. Is that what I have selected? It's a little confusing here. I think those are just extraneous pieces. Let's see. If I select these again, what is highlighted? Oh, that's the jacket. Here we get those. VRC in a nutshell. She's a lizard, but has breasts. VRC doobie. VRC. The internet. In general. Back there. I want to get this edge, but what edge is that? Has to be these ones here. Oops. All right. And then we'll get the front here. That. But then go to pin box and do a control. There we go. Like that. Well, in fact, I'm going to include this in there as well. And for the backpack, we will. The backpack, we will actually pin that. Okay, that should be good. Now we have some good pins. Save. Will probably be used for no stuff because you know that's what VRC is for. Well, hey, you guys know where the VCR won over Laserdisc, right? Or was it Laserdisc? No, VHS over. What was the other one? I think Laserdisc. I mean, with proportions like these, she can only be not safe for FPS games. I mean, if that's the case, then 99% of VRCHAT lobbies would just be banned. Well, you should look it up. And I think it's the same reason VRChat's going to be super popular. Just Google, why did VHS win? I think you'll. Oh, it's nothing. Wow. It's a little illicit, but it's nothing crazy. Why is. Interesting. Taking some time getting settled right there. Let this smooth out a lot of that. I was hoping for more stretching here. But we're getting these odd dots there. Is that because... Let's turn this up to 2. And hit smooth. So I was like half listening. Well, VHS, is that a new VRChat program? Wait, yeah, like VHS tapes. Your PC at the moment burning, crying, shooting, farting. Shooting, farting. Hmm. Should be fine. Should be fine. I did save recently, so worst case scenario will be here we go again. There we go. All right. I was hoping they'd get rid of these odd fabric wrinkles there, but it does not seem to be the case. Let's try just getting rid of these ones. Oh well, pretty good. Again, I can always edit later. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is hide these ones so we can work on the bodysuit. Did you even saved? I always save. Oh. Boo! Welcome to Twitch, the Twitch side of things. Pikachu. Magical switcheroony. Oh, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Got some M&M's. Getting that dual monitor thickness. Taking too long. Taking too long. Triple the tries. I'd like to see it. Try. Come on, let's go, Marvelous. Get it together. I need a better computer. Where'd that bodysuit go? Here we go. Good. All right, that looks good. Then we're going to switch it to quad. So is this program better than Blender for making abbeys? This program is specifically for making clothing. So I make the model in Blender, and I really like Blender. But for making like realistic clothing that really looks like it's sitting on the character and stuff, I really think Marvelous is kind of at the top of the food chain when it comes to software that can do that. Ah, I see. I pinned these ones. That's not what I want to pin. Can I not double click to unpin? I guess not. Yeah. IDK Blender can do that on a lower level of complexity and control. It can. You can simulate clothing in Blender, and which is what I was doing before using this. But it's just okay. It's not. Basically, what I found myself wanting is something that does this, and I was like, well, I either have to make my own system in Blender, which is, you know, a fantasy, me being able to make that. Well, maybe with geometry nodes, but this is the right thing to do. Take a little screenshot here. MD is insanely good, but not really for Unity. For EUE, though, this is a must for realistic clothing. Yeah, unless you optimize, because Unreal Engine can work with it directly, as I understand. But all other game engines, VRCHAT. Gotta do some optimization. Because as you can see, these files are kind of large. Ought to pump that simulation particles, my fellow potato. It's funny because it's really the saving that takes the longest. Everything else seems pretty fast for the most part. Is this unfrozen? I think this is frozen. Yeah, that's why. I was like, man, it's just not doing anything. It's gonna explode now. Now it's frozen. Oh. Other than clothing for VRC, what do clients ask for? Like, did you give them a JPEG on how the clothes are supposed to look like? Did they give you? Yes. Yeah, they gave me a reference image, and they're like, this is what I want. And I require that for my commissions. I don't like trying to read minds when it comes to paid work. I'm really pumping up the shrinkage here. There we go. That's not really what I want, though. I don't really want it on that. Let's set it back to 150. And we'll just select this piece. Let's say 230. I don't think there's enough resolution on the breast for it to actually give me any wrinkles. Is there a way to tessellate or subdivide a certain segment? I guess I could turn up the particle distance just for this clothing, just for this piece of, just this garment. That seems dangerous, though. I hope they give you front, back, and side, because my clients sometimes give me just front and is a back and forth for 3 days, make them understand clothes are tridimensional. I've found that I can draw. I like drawing, but generally, but my type of drawing isn't always what the clients are looking for. So like, I'll hire someone or draw it or do something, but if I can solve the problems in 2D before getting to 3D, that's better. Much better. Grab the pieces you are not simulating, change them to 10, 15, work on each piece of the pattern independently if you're a potato by frying. I just want more wrinkles. I want more like tension here. Gotcha. Maybe I need to go on this one. Loading, loading, loading. Hmm. We're gonna turn this up. Just one. Oh, is it working? All right, we're live. I think we gotta try the steam. Because apparently I can. So does this go the other way? If I wanted to expand, would I do negative shrinkage? We're about to find out. Reduce wrinkles? Okay. We'll go the other way. Doesn't really seem to do anything. My guess is that there's just not enough resolution here on the breast. So we're going to set this back to 0. And what we'll do is actually edit the pattern. Oh. I think in the future, I'm going to do one garment per file. I'll have a file for the stocking, I'll have a file for the jacket, I'll just break it up. Oh. It's going to break the side edges. Yeah. Here. Well, we'll see. If it ever decides to start doing something, we'll see how it goes. Interesting. Yeah, let's move it back. Please load. At least they got M&Ms. There we go. We're back. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we'll just sculpt some more details. At some point. Is there a sculpt tool? Hmm. Oh no, that's the retopo stuff. I don't want to touch that. Different window below the simulation options. Oh, puckering. Inside. I do not see that. Oh, here we go. So sorry, personalized move my windows around so much. Default layout is super alien to me now. It exploded. It exploded. Well, chat, I think we'll move the jacket into its own layer. And I'm also going to turn the subdivision down one. On the body. I think the body's subdivided too much. We did the smooth avatar. Wait, I was saving, wasn't I? Or is this the this is the right one. Yeah. Yeah, we only got one sock. Skirt's good. Top's good. Bodysuit's good. All right, save that. All right. This is really slow. So what we'll do is we're going to just gonna be a little lazy. Yeah, we're gonna do something else first. We're gonna save as project Shimo02 underscore jacket. And we're going to delete everything else out of this duplicate file. Let's see what we can do to speed things up a little bit. Okay, perfect. So we're in the Shimo jacket. And we're just going to select everything else and delete it. Okay, so we just have the jacket now. Because it's just so slow. Cool. All right, things are actually fast now. Good, that's just a texture. Okay. So now what I want to do is pop open my reference image. We're going to shoot for making a jacket like this. Something pretty close to this. I'm not going to do the belts in this in Marvelous. So first things first, we'll need the sleeves to be bigger. You delete those garments and simulate they will look like they're all the same distance of the skin when you combine them, though. That's okay. I don't mind having to kind of sculpt them and move them around in Blender. As long as I get the general shape, and most importantly, the textures baked in. Or, not baked in, but, or yeah, bake them into a texture. That's what will work. That'll be the best. I guess I want this point and just this point. A little bit more. I'm not clicking that, please stop. I am grabbing this and this. All right, I would like that to be a little bit poofier. We'll figure that one out in a little bit. The jacket is also shorter. That's pretty short. I don't know how well we'll be able to connect it, but we'll give it a shot. How do I pin, or not pin, but pull things together? Would that still be pinning? Or would I need to make another seam? Like not a seam, but like there to there. Do I use sewing for that? Or do I use something else? I'm guessing it is sewing. MN segment sewing. Resewing. So here they have this jacket, this little piece that comes together right there. But it's just the bottoms being kind of pulled together. So I'm assuming that maybe I could do something like that, or maybe I do need to actually make some sort of additional section of clothing to connect it. I'd like to be able to get that kind of over the shoulder slim. I'm assuming we're trying to get as close to the reference as possible. It's getting all clumpy. I think it's in the body. Some sort of intersection there, or it's just really, really thin. Definitely the collar would need to come forward a little bit more. And it does go over the hands a little bit. First what I do is delete the left sleeve to save performance. I'm not too worried about performance right now. It's moving pretty quick. Let's see. Segment. Not that. It exploded. Excuse me. They're flipped. Damn it. There we go. There we go. Bold strength. Let's say 2. Definitely got some length. Let's lower the bottom a little. Since Jack says double cross zipper, you could pull it off just by making the front one solid piece of paint and the zipper on the textures. Yeah, I'll probably delete this little zipper here. I'm going to be using Blender anyway. I'm not too concerned about having it exist here. I'm selecting, oh wait, that's the same edge, that's right. The only percent get rid of these all zippers, they have caused me too many tears. The pain! The suffering! Looks like the that the sleeve? Yeah, that's the sleeve. There. Are they pinned? Why are they? It really wants to stay right there. Oh, there's a fit on this, isn't there? How do I get rid of that? Or is it just not enough length? Overdo the length. Does it still drape down now? Now it's doing some really weird bullshit. There should be so much length on that. Who knew making clothing would be hard? What the heck? Hello. Marvelous. There's just not that much to save. There really is not that much to save. Get it together. A firm waist hem, freeze it and expand the pattern above. Hmm. So you're gonna this. Right. I'm gonna start with the longer section here for now. There's just not that much. There's not enough for it to be that slow. The collar must be quite stiff for it to be sticking like that. I think we can get rid of the collar because this looks like just one really large chunk of canvas basically. So let's just delete that. Or no, we'll keep it. We'll get rid of the curve though. And then let's make sure that they have that scoop neck is gonna be trouble. Gonna be trouble. It'll only be trouble if it actually loads and saves. I don't understand. It's not simulating anything at that point. It's just really slow at saving. It's almost as if it doesn't have shoulder length. We're also going to just delete the bottom section here. Or that's a sleeve. Whoops. Okay, it really should not be this slow. What is going on? Is there something else open? Corset tube with sleeves. I could see that. Okay. So particle distance is only 10. There's nothing in here that really should be slowing it down as much as being slowed down. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to go over the shoulder, to fold, like roll down the shoulder. Otherwise I have to make the fabric really wide, which I think will create its own problems. is the PD the same on every single pattern piece? As far as I can tell, I double clicked everything and it's 10. It's not red, so I'm assuming it's all matching up. We are going to, oh, balls, I deleted the sleeve. There we go. We are going to take the bottom here. I'm going to delete that. And we're going to go to this pattern. And well, first let's let it play for a moment. Awesome. Then we're going to go ahead and add point. I'm going to add a point right here. That should be on the inside. Yeah, it is. And then we're going to make a rectangle right about here. A little bit smaller than that. About here. And we're going to symmetrical pattern. That. And all right. Cool. Then we will segment sew this to that, and this too. I don't think they're going to automatically come together, are they? In the middle. Yeah, they're going to get pulled apart. So that means we need to move this over. Segment sewing. All right. We got something going. The bottom really isn't coming together. It's easy peasy, just make a separate pattern for the neck and stiffen it over the shoulders. Hmm. It's still bunching up quite a bit. What is this? Get that booty out of here. What is this? Go away. Too bunched. Yeah, that's better. Oh, load. Actually, load, please. think it's stuck in the... Gotta be stuck in the body or something, because why is it so stuck there? Something is pulling it. Pins. Ah. No. If... How do I clear the fit? Also, where'd my clothing go? It's so slow! Holy shit! Fuck. Going crazy. Please be a little bit faster. Marvelous. It's not even using all of my resources. Like, I would be okay with using, if you want to use more Marvelous, you can. You can actually run at a decent speed. It says it's saving, it's not even using anything. It's just freezing. Properties. I don't see it in my programs. Okay. So I set the priority to be higher on my computer. Hopefully that helps a little bit. It just feels like it's not threaded or something. There's something about its settings that are not working well with my computer. How much are my comms usually? I charge about $1,000 for a from scratch avatar. So in this character being a good example. So that's my usual price for from scratch. I usually include one full outfit. Though I'm learning Marvelous right now, so it is a bit of a... But we're in a learning curve right now. Anti-aliasing. I don't need 16 times anti-aliasing. Just times 2 is fine. Okay. Number of CPUs in use, 11. GPU sim, yes please, Jesus. I don't know what nonlinear does. I don't know how to change that. That's how many cores I'd have, right? Number of CPU in use. give you a doozy of an outfit. They did a, sorry, this outfit I am charging a bit more for because it is a, you are correct. It is more than just a default particle distance, 3D view controls. Okay, so I think I saved that. I'm going to save one more time, and then I'm going to restart Marvelous. And hopefully the GPU sim will help. And then we can also turn off the anti-aliasing in there. Is there anything else I could do to speed it up? Because this is ridiculous. It's just one chunk of clothing, and it's not even that big. I bet it's my... the mesh, the body mesh is probably a little too dense. It's really just the saving though. Why is that taking so long? Come on. There we go. I do have an SSD. Should be saving on my... though the program's on my normal hard drive. But it's not saving to my... it's still saving to the SSD right now. What am I doing? I'm opening recent. Actually, information. FBX. Yeah. Hello, Nammers. Did you check your rescaling once you import to Blender? It's pretty much on point. So sorry, I didn't hear most of that. I charge about $1,000 for a commission. I charge $1,000 for a from scratch avatar. Nammers, do you, for the fitting, I believe you fitted the pattern to the character. You know what? It is just small. Let me go ahead and move this out. Never mind. We'll figure it out. Yeah, there we go. A little less bunched up. Fitting suit file. Oh, that is a-okay. We're doing good right now. There we go. That's a bit better. Grain direction. Interesting. Feeling the lag too? Yes. Oh, interesting. This now says that the particle distance is different. Oh, that's probably because I added the little pieces in the middle. It feels a little faster now. Make it leather too. There we go. Oh, my back. Oh, time to sleep. It's even worse. The particle distance on the coat was 5 by default. Yeah. It's the simulation's pretty slow. Pretty slow. That's okay though. We're surviving. We're survivors. I will survive. All right, now we're getting some reasonable editing time. It still really wants to curve up here. Is there a... No, that's not attack. Oh my god. Please, marvelous. I'm literally just selecting an option from the menu. That shouldn't... That should not just fucking slow the whole program down. That's nuts. Now, is isn't this attack? I can't tell. Do you smooth the character yet? It turns itself off every time you open the file. I kept it down for now because it was just starting to get a little too slow. I don't know. Something is really weird about this little spot right here. Let's see if we can really untangle it there. Yes, it just actually was kind of knotted up. Because this is more like a leather material, so it was actually kind of creased. Interesting. All right, that's looking better though. What? Okay. The back seems too long. Manually edit the properties of the fabric and then drop down if you want more control of the stiffness and stuff. It's a lot you can tweak. Yeah, I did already change the some of those properties. Actually, is this the collar too? No, jacket detail. It would be nice to have this be super stiff so that it popped open it made it very rounded. That'd be nice. Control H. Excuse me. Like everything to the right makes it stiffer. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Stuck to itself. That's definitely the property as well. There we go. Sheer right. That's what we're looking to fix. Fine, I'll do it myself. Wish you could hover the properties to tell you exactly what they do. That would certainly, you know, be helpful. Funny. Funny stuff. We are going to switch it to quad. And I'm going to make it a little bit higher res now. Switch it to 15. To me, they all sound like they do the same thing, Lamau. Lamau. Yeah, I don't think there's, just like reading it, it's like, I mean, many a stream I've been stumped on shape keys and rigging in general. Here in MD, the shoe is on the other foot. So I don't think we're going to be able to get it to pull over the shoulders kind of like this. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to save. I'm going to make a backup save, actually. They just choose the worst outfit to create their clients. It's just well, I didn't have to make it in Marvelous. I just really want to learn this stuff. I want to know. Can you show me? It's a journey. Strangers like me. Okay, let's first make that backup. Jacket underscore whip 01 free shoulder. But now I'm in that file. Well, I've already learned a ton, so I feel like what I'm addicted to with this kind of work is that feeling of like, oh, I know more now. My wizard level has increased. Digital wizard level. Should be too large file layer, little layers empty to layer your clothing. Ugh. All right. So now we have the pre-shoulder one. I want to go back and open this one. Those layers can be hell when you work with lining. We're not gonna get that complicated on this version. Oh my god, marvelous. You are so slow loading things. It's just the loading. Like, that's really surprising to me. Like, it's just opening the file. Like, the simulation is actually reasonably fast, but the loading and unloading of the files is really, really slow. That must be my hard drive. That can't be this program. That would be ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, let's see if we can pull the shoulder over a little bit and get the clothing off her arm. I might need to change it to a different type of fabric or something. I don't know. Just really doesn't want to do that. Try hiding the Avi? The jacket says no. The boulder is conflicted. Oops, I got it caught on the thumb. That's no good. Certainly want to make it so I can't select the avatar. Come on. Come on. Let's just all right. Well, that's why we made a backup. There we go. All right. I don't think that's quite going to work. Now I can do attack. So what I think I do is go into sim mode. Oh, hello, Booms. Welcome. Pull this over. There. And then pause it. And then I get attack. And I tack it onto the avatar. Wait, let me see what happens there. Well, welcome to the Twitch side of things. We're trying to get the clothing to behave. That's a little closer. Hot tip, close library, getting a little bit of screen real estate. me pop that closed. Right, there we go. Okay, well, we got that pulled over. So I think we can kind of do the same with this side. Just pause it there. And then get attack on avatar. And we'll get this to over here. Play. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. A lot of tension in the back right now. I think for the clothing though, I think we'll try to take out some of the bending a little bit. Not bad. Ooh. Get out of there. I think we will. Give it just a little more length on the top there. The tack is super obvious. I guess I could sculpt it out later. Oh, I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty close. Not perfect, but it is close. Save that. While it's loading, apparently NVIDIA just came out with a on-device language model for role-playing specifically. Is there a demo? It says in this demo, but I don't see a video. Wish I could just go on the screen and help. There's a way to do what you need to do, but it involves surface circumference that would really help in this case. I'll post this in the chat. And let's take surface circumference. Circumference measure? Surface circumference measure. Was the tasty NVIDIA video about? They're making like actually interactable NPCs, basically, using language models. Why is it so slow right now? Why is it so slow right now? I just want to move the view port. Oh my god. Apparently this tool just can't handle me opening this tool. Open the circumference tool and it's too much. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think so as well. All right, I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all this fabric, or actually no, all this fabric except those pieces, and we're gonna switch it to the fabric because it should be a lot looser. Oh, thank you. And then would be nice to have this collar here kind of roll back a little bit. Let's see what doing some where is it? Seam taping does. Maybe that'll stiffen up the collar a little bit more. And then play again. Oh, cool. Here's that. Here's that game with the AIs.
Hey Mattel, what's the location and objective of my next mission?
The next mission is located at the Eye of Misra. Players need to acquire the key and upload it to the main console. Since the mission requires faster delivery and upload of the key than the enemy, having a highly maneuverable striker in your party would enhance your chances of success.
What should I consider when choosing the striker for this mission?
When choosing a striker for this mission, consider its speed and agility. A fast and agile striker would be ideal for this mission.
Which striker? But wait,
Cool. Don't care enough. So it's getting stretched too much to kind of pull out. Just looks awesome and as insane to learn as a new animation system on UE. For the what the NPC stuff. Fold arrangement. What's that do? Not what I thought. That really did not do too much. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. This is really fucked up in here. Oh shit. Was it when I redid the fold that I fucked it up? Yeah. Okay. That was my fault. Okay, I think that's good. That's probably as good as we're going to be able to make it with my current skill level. So I will leave it there. It definitely looks better than anything I could have made in Blender, though. uh, yeah, we'll leave it right there, I think. Yippee! Shouldn't the front shell be covering half of the breast? Um, let's see, reference image. The breasts on this character are very different. So I could try to do that. We'll give it one shot, but if it doesn't, then I'm not too worried. Actually, that looks really good. Yeah, why don't we do the same here? Why did it clip there? Okay. Try that again. There's a lot of self-intersection going on here. You can attempt to pin it in place just in case. Pin it in place just in case. I like the rhyme. Back on Avatar. I do that for the thigh highs. Well, we got another 50 minutes, and then we'll be switching over to lunch. And I get so fucking fucked there. Come on, Marvelous. You are so slow sometimes. Overall, though, I'm liking it. It's a little weird that it's uneven on the breasts. So I think we'll try to move this section down. Gotta love when it shrivels up like some bonito flakes. Yeah, I think I need to get the steam thing out. I probably shouldn't be moving it as intensely as I do, because that certainly seems to be a big share of why it fucks up so much. Let's see. So this would be less wrinkles, right? That definitely is shrinking it. which actually looks pretty good, honestly. But now we'll go ahead and remove the steam to let it pull apart. There we go. I think just some lighter movements to pull things apart is going to help. I'm just getting a little too extreme with how hard I'm pulling these things. Just go slow. Go a little bit slower and good. I feel like it makes more sense if this was further down the shoulder. Those weight paints on the shoulder seams are going to be a bitch. It's going to stretch the texture so much. And I'm interested to see how that comes out. There we go. All right, we're going to stop here for the clothing and turn off the simulation. Go over here, and we're just going to arrange some stuff. Just going to move all this up here. And, well, save. We're gonna turn up the particle distance for that final output. Oh, the MD texture is just a texture, so all I care about is the mesh. All I want is that mesh. Pray for your PC? Well, thank you. Potato candle lit. Potato candle lit. Oh, come on, Marvelous. It's just so slow at saving. Oh. Okay. Now that we've done that, we'll double click again, turn that to 10. You know what? It's already a quad mesh, right? Yeah, no need to do that. I'll just subdivide it. Okay, let's export this as, sure, FBX. And we'll send it to, I guess it'd be Shimo Clothing 02, second version. jacket. Save. Select all avatars. I'd like it to be separate objects for now, because that way I can select certain things a little bit easier. And yeah, that should be good. Oh, but this is millimeters, so meters, please. Meters, please. Okay. And it's open. Did the client give you a try limit? I'm going to be shooting for medium. VRCHAT has anything over 70,000 is automatically ranked as very poor. So 70,000 is really the only upper limit. Other than that, you would, unless you're shooting for good. All right, so let's new collection. We'll call this MDV2. And we'll do layout. File, import FBX. No, not there. File, import FBX. Bam, marvelous. Thought I exported. Ah, it's still going. Okay. So I think in the future, my goal will be to do kind of the simplest version in Marvelous that I can do, and then do the details in Blender, because that'll be faster. You will for sure have clipping things you need to fix since you didn't simulate with the clothes underneath. Yeah, I'm just going to push things around. For me, the most important thing about Marvelous is the bake, and then everything else we can kind of manipulate in Blender. Very bad at this, but doesn't shaders and effects also count on the measurement of pour? Sorry if the question is weird. No, there are a lot of things that contribute to the performance rank. So here, I'll send this document here. In fact, I'm interested to look at it because now they should have the. I wonder if they updated this with the new constraint system. Yeah, they have a constraint count now. And constraint depth. Fascinating. That's a lot, actually. 300 constraints for medium? Wow, they did a good job then. The world is gonna spin without you, baby. We're going to texture it, not model it. Oh, 100%. 100. Taking too long. We say that this client is in the hard mode, mid, or easy mode tier with this request. I don't think, I think the work, I think phrasing it as the client is I'm a little hesitant that it's the client, but in terms of the work, this would be, this is like mid difficulty. I think the more difficult stuff for VR chat is when you're doing things like with making complicated systems. But when it just comes to making a mesh, I don't think there's any unknown problems that I'm going to encounter. There'll be familiar problem. It'll be more familiar problems, if that makes sense. Like that's what we're shooting for. There we go. That took a really long time to export. I wonder if it's because the export the character was included. I think I should next time freeze it and then probably delete the avatar, because that took a really insane amount of time. Well, physics on the clothes, those are done in Unity. Yes, so in order to make something jiggle or move in VRChat, you need to rig it just like a limb or any other thing, but you use a bone system. Dynamic bones is usually what it's called. Ranking clients now, which timeline is this? 6 million triangles. Down to, yep. Okay, the character was the most detailed part of that whole export. Okay, silly. We'll go ahead and combine all these. And then tab A, select all the boundary loops and crease them. And then go in here and add a subdivision. So now we can get those really nice, crispy clothing details. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I did crease these so that should be sharp there. Why aren't those sharp? Sharpay. Some of these still don't want to do that. So why don't we also go into vertex groups and we'll create a group called weld. Don't think you have to export with the body there. I don't think so either. I think I'll either delete it, or if there's a setting in the FBX menu, I'll make sure to check that next time. And I'll put the weld above here, limit it to our weld group, and then add another 0, 2 zeros in there. And now that should fuse everything properly. Beautiful. A little chunky right there. Now the fun part begins. Oh, I should have checked the UVs. Beautiful. Okay. Make sure live unwrap is off. This is so slow. There we go. Okay. I'm missing one. Just that one? What? Who's this? Shouldn't there? Oh, gotcha. I didn't actually combine. All right. Okay, there's our other segment. A little big. Okay, now I'd like to follow a tutorial which should make this process a lot simpler. Should be combined. Looks like it's combined. Cool. Looks good though. Whoops. Gorgeous. And let's just take a look at with the character too. Awesome. All right. So now that we've done that, we need to go to geometry nodes. We'll make a backup copy right now, which we'll call free geo topo. Save. And actually, I don't know if I want to make it on that one. So now we're going to watch a little YouTube video. YouTube. It's 11:30 already.
So creative streams still have fun. But it's also a lot of data management. So this is the first of several. I'm going to start with UV methodology. I'm going to apply VRCHAT. So I'm going to use the UV tool. Actually, these days. Whether you get this. So line says needs to get line.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Clean up the UVs. Gotcha.
This is going to be our
Hello, Riso. Welcome. Late to the stream. You're totally fine. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Tuesdays.
Very cool. We're doing some Marvelous Designer retopology. Okay, not that bad at all. So basically what we're going to do is we want to save a position. That's to start. So we'll call this the jacket MD. It's the original one. We want to save this value. We'll call this save position attribute. And all we do is we go save or named store named attribute, and we call this original position, and it's going to be a vector, and then we can put in the position. Okay, cool. So now when we have our jacket, we can save the position as an attribute. So whenever we want the original position, we can access that. I'm going to turn off weld and subdivision for right now. So we're just looking at the original mesh. Cool, so now that's part of that object. Next, what we need is an empty. So we'll create a plane, delete everything in it, add a new, and we'll call this unwrap unwrap or unwrap to UV position. Okay, perfect. Basically, we just want to set the position. Well, first we want to take in an arbitrary chunk of geometry. So I'm going to delete the geo input, and we're going to drag in the jacket because that's what we want. And then I'm going to make the group input again, and we'll put the jacket here because I want to be able to reuse this. We'll call this original target geo. Okay. So we take that geometry, set it to relative, and we want to set position based on the named attribute UV map. Cool. So that puts it right there. Interesting. It keeps the normals too. Don't have to worry about that. But now we've taken our jacket and we've laid it flat. Good. You're cooking UV cakes with geometry nodes. I didn't know you could cook cake with spaghetti. And I haven't welded anything, so I actually don't need to worry about the seams, unlike his original setup. If I turned on the jacket, if I did turn on the weld, then we'd have that issue. Since I don't need to, we can just do that. Okay, so we get to skip a step on mine, and we'll call this the jacket unwrapped. Okay, and we'll make one more object, delete the original, actually no, don't delete the original geometry. We will call this jacket retopo. Okay. And all we need to do is add another geo node, which we'll call extract UV position. Save it there. And we take in the unwrapped version. And drop right here. You know, I do need the original geometry there. We take in the unwrapped version. We do want to add that to our group input. So we'll call this unwrapped object. Then we want to sample near a surface. And we'd like to extract that named attribute, which is the Original. What was it? Original position. So that should be in our object. Unwrapped version. Yeah, right there. Original position is in that one. So it should be accessible here. And I do have it there. Do I need to realize it? Is it still an instance right now? Just in case. Or is it because I don't have it connected to the end? Gotcha. So we'll do a vector. And then we'll say set position of our original geometry. That. And now I should be able to get the original position. Let's see. Where is it now? It's at 0. Perfect. Oh, sorry. This one. There we go. If I remember correctly, you got to freeze the edges before you retopo to keep the coordinates the same. What he was doing with the edges before was slicing them because he had a mesh where they were already fused. But I've imported my Marvelous Designer already split. So I kind of get to just to cheat a little bit. And then he also set it up so he could view them at the same time, but I'm just being a little lazy. I don't want to get my geonodes too complex, so I'm just going to do this. We'll switch it to wireframe. Oh, excuse me. And I actually could straighten up this whole thing because it is a little messy. So why don't we... It's a little inexact. Cheating is a 3D way of saying efficient. You're not wrong. I definitely agree with that sentiment. And we will select the island border for all of these and say mark scene. So now they are marked. And we will do some stuff. Here, 0.8. Perfect. And then here, 0.6. So now we just need to clean up the UVs. So I might as well just do the whole enchilada. Cool. My pipeline with MD always involves substance, so no sneaky cheating. I'll be jumping into substance at some point. This is the way. Remember when I was working on a world for VRCHAT and I need to UV unwrap all the objects there because there were more than 1,000 things. Instead of UV unwrapping them manually one by one, just made a script that automated that. True wasn't the best UV unwrap, but it did the job. I really like what's it called? Something. I may as well just do this whole section here. Is client happy? You did a good job. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope they like it. Still a lot more work to do though. We're not really out of the woods yet when it comes to the final chunk of work. So here to here, to here, to there, to there. Actually, I don't want this one. No, I might as well still do that, yeah. Man, okay. It's a little goofy, and I may have to undo that. Let me think about that. Yeah, I do want it to be a little less. Yeah. Yes. Um, kind of just hate those purists that go into the projects and start nitpicking you didn't do anything the right way, even though that person paid for it to love it. I think I've never encountered a situation where every artist does things the same way. I don't think there is such a thing. Usually people are clouded by their idea of comfort, just what a comfortable way to work looks like to them. Um, there we go. Looks pretty good. Thank you. Thank you, Boom. I appreciate that. And artists do tend to have at least like, especially on like Twitter or something, they do tend to make clear that they think they have a better way to work. But I don't think there is such a thing. There is just comfort. It At the end of the day, the whole goal of this kind of stuff is to make an illusion. You're just trying to make something that looks pretty much correct. It doesn't have to be anything resembling reality or nothing under the hood. It's all about that surface, that kind of surface quality. We're much more of a magician in the like very classic sense, sleight of hand kind of stuff, than we are anything else. What is going on here? I guess that's the corner. Yeah, there we go. Back, but in my phone. I was going to say, people who think there's one right way to do things, just experiment, in my opinion. There are just ways to make things, one better than the other, but does a job. Or to learn new things, because you can never know when you're learning something that can revolutionize your workflow and your results. Absolutely. Should be good. The more you know I know nothing. I know I'm. This is not directed at you in any way. I think yeah. I hope you don't think I don't do call outs. Um, there's really what I really enjoy about 3D work is that it's really fucking hard. I don't necessarily think that that's the whole point of it, but I just think that for me, it really feels like a team sport or like something where, we kind of have to grind together. There's just too much to figure out by yourself. Like you have to help. You have to rely on other people on some level. Um, there's just too much. I didn't need to do it that way. I think we'll actually switch it to this way. Yeah, that's better. And yeah, bam. Weird question. Did your client ever get a number of redos before you say, okay, dude, you got to choose one? I don't necessarily include that up front because it depends on the nature of it. Like if I just fucked something up, then I'm not going to like say, wow, that's on you. Like that would be something I'd want to fix. But generally, if someone's asking for like a edit or change that wasn't in the original discussion, then I definitely would quote them for that change or something like that. Because I just think that's reasonable. Um, and a lot of the times, uh, like that kind of trouble you can encounter can be avoided like upfront. It might take a little while, but you can generally get a feel for if someone doesn't particularly have your best interest in mind. So I think just as long as you're, keeping your head up, keeping your um, you should be good. But I always offer if you are ever in a situation where you are taking on client work and you need some help or feedback or advice or anything, I'd be happy to help. see, how'd that come out? Oops. I'm asking because I'm seeing that outfit and it looks like a bit is up to interpretation. Well, it's definitely a different body, right? It's like, it's just not going to fit the same way. Also, there are a lot of things that can be drawn that can't be modeled. Can I get a number of redos for, okay, yeah. I guess I would have wanted to include the bottom there. That would have made it a little bit easier to make this model section. That's not too bad. When it comes to MD, my clients ask for 2 to 6 redos sometimes. So I'm wondering how it could be for Avi meshes and VRC. I hope they're not super picky about them. I think that's a lot of work that you're describing. 2 to 6 redos, like that's, I hope you're charging for those, because any hourly rate that you divide 6 times is basically not worth it. Like if you're working for, yeah, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, that's a little, definitely keep your health and financial stability at the forefront of what you're doing. We'll do a subdivision. But yeah, that looks good. Very good. Yeah, and I might as well just... It's going to be terrible when the person doesn't give you front side back view. It's always a fight. I would say that and this is just my opinion. You're always welcome to approach any other way, but I would say that you should require my clients to have reference images, and I think that they aren't giving that to you, and you should you want to make sure that you're not going to have that challenge down the road. You're right. Those are standard lol. They happen. It happens when the outfit is from some JPEG they found online or AI they made. I mean, you could always hello Diggy, welcome. You could always charge a work with another, like a 2D artist, and be like, hey, like this isn't enough for us to go off of, but I have my buddy over here. They'd be happy to get a result we're all happy with, or get a reference sheet that was going to work for this kind of whatever. Yeah, you get the idea. But anyway, I could keep lecturing, but I don't mean to. I have that have it, so I don't want to come off too strong here. My neck's stiff AF. That's either too good or too bad. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Interesting. I wasn't expecting it to stretch like that. Which means that the jacket is not connected like this. It is connected like this. No lecturing. I straight up took over when an MD. Always love good advice. Good. Can't be that way. Why is it like that? Is it because it's not fused? Oh no. Maybe I am connecting the wrong side. Maybe it should be like this. I'm a little confused by that. Yeah, no, it should be separate. Gotcha, I see it. Okay. I see what I'm looking at. There we go. Have you seen the new Silent Hill stuff? I've been checking it out a little bit. I really would love to play it. I do love Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 was the one that really got me into the whole series. Love me some Pyramid Head. And here he makes things on the remake that it is more combat centric and stuff. That's what it seems like to me. I would assume so. I mean, I love Silent Hill, but relative to like modern gameplay, it's pretty slow. And it's a little boring sometimes, especially when you're having to backtrack. But it's still a great game. I just think some aspects of it feel old. Boom, boom. Let's see how that came out. That delicious acoustic guitar theme, though, 100% my favorite. Oh shit, it's noon already? Okay, let's finish up the other sleeve on this jacket, and then I gotta go get my run. Actually, the sleeve's gonna take 2 seconds, so I just need to do this. Man, how's that for a retopology? That is pretty fast. It's really cool, actually. Previews actually say it's not combat focused, so there's that. I like Silent Hill games because flashlights. I like flashlights in my game. I need every game to have flashlights. I guess so. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and I really should have attached some of these sections to their appropriate piece. That was straight up some fast retopo. Goddamn, might need to rewatch this later to see how you did it. I'd be happy to put my geometry nodes on a Gumroad at some point. I might even put just up this base version without any additional work up on Gumroad, just to show it off. Because yeah, it's fucking fast. And the best part is, I basically have my UV map. How much money should I throw at you? $1 million. $1 million bajillion dollars. What's the price again? Oh, this will be I'll probably put this up for $1. Nothing crazy. GN is witchcraft. How are you gonna bake high to low now though? You move the UVs. So I will use the UVs I'm making for my retopology version right here. So I'll just use UV project from view. It won't be the exact same, but you know, I'll be able to make a new UV map quite quickly. And then this will be my low poly version. I still need to stitch all the edges together, close up those seams. And then this other one will be my high poly version, and I'll use the weld and subdivision in order to really get some crispy details. I might even go in there and sculpt out a few things because there's some chunky parts that I don't think I'll want. Really just smoothing things. Yeah, that's the game plan. Stitches is in substance. Exactly, yeah. But there's some more modeling to do as well. I'm gonna go in and like if we look at the reference image here, you know, like the skirt has these like little edges and bevels, and there's some belts and stuff. So I have a few more things to go in and actually add. But the cool thing is I can use multi-resolution on this object as well in order to quickly adapt high poly, low poly, anyway, other stuff, but it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. Okay, I gotta get running. So if you're new here, I do break up my day into 2 streams. I'm gonna go on lunch, go get my run in. I'll be back at 2 p.m., which is 2 hours from me, 2 hours from now, for my time. And then, yeah, we'll get into the next leg of the day. I think we'll just be continuing to try to get Shimo done. So thankfully, there's a lot of work that's already been taken care of. Shout out to Nammers. and we'll be doing some more. So we should have a really good starting point for all the other things. So there's a little change. I'm going to treat them like hair cards. I think so. It'll either be that or the lowest poly chain link I can create. See you, Sam. Have a great lunch. Thank you, Ariso. Thank you, Namris. Thank you, Booms. And thank you, Eventide. Thank you, and Diggy. Hope you're all having a great, great day. Again, I'll see you in about 2 hours. See you then. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you, Eva.